Welcome to the In Vivo Project podcast, where we talk about real world, real life experiences that empower men to embrace vulnerability so they can live life to the fullest. My name's Eric Payton. I'm your host. And today I'm joined by Michael Montgomery. Michael, welcome back to the podcast.
Thanks for having me back. Pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man. So for anybody listening, if you haven't heard Michael's podcast from season 1, he's on episode 3, and I would highly recommend you go back and listen to that one and then come back and listen to this one, because we've had quite a transition from his last time of being on a couple of months ago. And that's kind of where I wanted to jump in, Michael, is just talk about that transition from the last time you were on the podcast to where you're sitting now.
Yeah, I mean, I will say it's been a transition years in the making. As we've discussed, first I want to say, I think everything that happens to us in our life happens for us, even in our bad times. And, after a 14-year successful career in the military, completing my bachelor's degree, instead of listening to my inner voice, I reacted and I joined the world of advertising. I took a job in advertising because the money was good. It was more money than I would ever have seen in the military. I was able to travel. I was meeting new people. I was having fun. But all along, I was really never fulfilled. And instead of leaving that industry, I kept chasing the money, but still not feeling fulfilled. And, as a young kid, I was always told by people, oh, you have a gift of gab. You would be great in sales. But that really was never my soul's desire. My soul's desire has always been to help people work through their struggles, because I have my own that I've come through. And as you mentioned, if people listen to the first episode of my podcast, there's a length of things that I've gone through in my life that I've been able to overcome. And I've officially made the transition to being a wellness coach here with the In Vivo Project. And I couldn't be more excited. You and I have been talking over the last year, and we've been working on this new wellness program that we are excited to offer to the guys out there, where we will work with them, give them a free wellness assessment that touches upon the 7 dimensions of wellness. We will give them a guide and one-on-one coaching, all for free, because we want guys to live to their fullest potential. I often said that I was here and I wanted to get to my fullest potential. And in that middle was fear and doubt. And I had to work through that fear and doubt, because our brains and our natural instinct is always to go to our comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And, there's a saying in the military, embrace the suck. We get challenged our most when we get out of our comfort zone. And I was having a conversation with a guy this week where I realized in our military training, and even in our duty stations, the moment you're getting comfortable, they switch it up on you. Mm-hmm. In your training, the moment it starts to look like it's getting easier, they make it more difficult. You're at a duty station, sometimes it's 1 year or it's 3 years, but right when you're just getting settled and you're building a community, if you will, you're moving on to a new duty station. And that's how we have to really attack our life. Be comfortable in the uncomfortable to really reach your fullest maximal potential.
Yeah. And I love that, because I really do believe there's a lot of guys out there that fall into that same category. Yours was the military. You got your degree while you were in the military, and then you went into what you thought was just the next natural thing. And I hear that. I've heard it over the years with a lot of different guys. So I love, and it's an honor to have you on board. For you guys that are listening, Michael's going to be out in Los Angeles. He's going to be our Los Angeles coach. So if you know anybody in the Los Angeles area, or if you know anybody that might resonate with his story, we're taking clients currently. That's the next thing that we're working on, is setting up, get you set up in Los Angeles, get you set up. You can travel everywhere, anywhere. And I'm super excited for you and proud of the stuff that you've come through, because I hear you with that in between part. A lot of people get stuck. And I think for anybody listening out there, that's the best time to have a coach on your side, because usually that part where you think you're getting stuck, and is overwhelming is not near as overwhelming as you think it's going to be. And especially if you have a coach. And I think that's one of the magic qualities of what we do is just coming alongside somebody, reminding them of all the greatness and all the things that they've done in the past and applying those same principles to that small little area to get them from point A to point B.
100%. I mean, if you're out there and you're hearing this, don't stay stuck. Seriously, reach out, get with one of us. Let us walk you through that next process, because when you get beyond that middle ground and you are now in a point where you're living to your full potential, life is already beautiful, but man, does it look so much more different on the other side. And that is one thing I want to thank you for that too, because you helped me see that. Because again, as I said, it's easy to go back to your comfort zone. And to push through that and fight through that takes work, and it takes someone alongside you and encouraging you. And it's not something I think a lot of us can just do on our own. So, and I know that I stayed in this industry for 17 years. Yeah. And I stayed in it for the one reason only, for the money. You know, a great thing that came out of it is that I did meet my current wife through this industry, which is a total blessing, total support right there. I mean, she's my rock. And there is that opportunity for everyone to get to this point in their life. So I thank you so much for that. And I'm super excited for what we're about to launch on November 10th. As I mentioned, you know, the free coaching, but there's a portion of this that's also important to you because November 10th is your brother's birthday.
Yeah.
And you're doing something to honor him. So if you want to speak to that, that would be great.
Yeah. So, you know, again, we're launching this program. We're looking for we're looking to help 120 guys. The program's going to be $4.99, and part of my contribution, to helping not only launch the program, starting the podcast, is I am going to pay for 12 of those 120 programs to honor my brother. My brother played rugby at West Point, and his number was number 12. And I've got his jersey in my closet, and I was looking at it the other day, and it just popped in my head. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to give away 12 of these programs. So once you're entered and applied for, because we're taking applications, we can't take everybody, unfortunately. We're committed to 120 guys. So I want to personally and honor my brother, pay for 12 of those 120 programs. So looking forward to it, Monty. Looking forward to continuing to have you as a guest, an ongoing guest on the podcast. And I'm excited, bro. It's
me too. Onward and upward, brother.
It's going to be fun. All the stuff that, you know, and I've told you this, all the stuff that you've gone through is not for naught. It's for a purpose. Exactly. And I really believe, and I want to say it one more time, if you resonated with Monty's story, Michael's story, I call him Monty, Monty Montgomery. Yeah, reach out, get in touch with the In Vivo Project. And we'll make sure you get in touch with Michael.
Yeah, if they want to try and get me on my social.
Yeah, social.
My Instagram is MontyMB1.
Got it.
It's the best place to get in touch with me, DM me, or reach out to the In Vivo Project, and we look forward to helping you all.
Awesome, bro.